Welcome back to Forza Factory. This video is going to be your complete kind of overview guide of cars within Forza Horizon 6. I'll step through the different menus, the different areas you can connect and see your cars, how you buy and sell cars. Then I'll do subsequent videos where I go deep into each of them. So this just really gives you a guide and a high-level overview. I'll include some links in this post to some supporting material, to my car tracker, for example, which are useful for you as you go through your Forza Horizon 6 journey. We'll start from the main menu here and then click on cars. This is the main area I think you use, at least for me, I use most. The key things here: buy new and used cars. Here, this is how you access places like the auto show, the auction house. You can use your car passes. You do that and that will take you to your home, and I'll come to that later in this video. Change car. This shows you, one, the total number of cars that you own, which I like the fact that's been added to this front page. When you click on this, it will take you into this menu. I'll come back to this in a second. The third, if I keep going left to right, is tune car. Again, I'll do a separate video on car tuning. This is where you fine tune the car that you're currently driving so that it really meets the needs for your challenge. Car mastery. I think this is one of the most underutilized parts of the game. You earn skill points as you're playing the game. You then use these skill points to unlock particular node trees. Each one of these nodes gives you additional abilities, skills, credits, depending on what you're working through. The thing I recently learned, there are cars hidden in these trees. So there are some very specific cars that are very rare. The only way you can get them is by unlocking these trees. I'll do a separate video on that. So that's car mastery. Worth checking, especially for the cars that you drive a lot. Treasure cars. Again, I'll do a video on this, but these are cars that have been abandoned around the Japanese map. There are clues like this, so it shows you where that car is. Once you have found that car, you can actually collect it. There's no delay, no restoration need. You just pick it up and it's another car. It's a pretty cool new addition to the Forza Horizon 6. Barn finds. I just finished a video on that, so please check that out, where I show all 15 cars that are being abandoned in barns. When you find the barn, you then find the car. You then have to restore the car, which takes a period of time. Then you can add the car to your garage. Again, I have a full detail and view of where all of those cars can be found. Gift drop. This is simply what it says. If you have a duplicate car, or any car to be honest, you can actually send this and give this to someone else in the game. This is great for new players. They might get a car they've never had, which will help them solve problems, achieve festival playlist objectives, and so on. You get kudos in the community for doing this, and it's generally a good thing, nice thing to do. Car horns. There are so many car horns in this game. It's cool because you can change the car horn quickly, easily. It can reflect your mood. It can just be fun. For example, if you have put a police car livery on your car, you could add a siren as your car horn. Some fun things to do in the game. So this kind of really gives a high-level overview of this initial cars section. I'm going to click on here just to get to our nearest home. Then you see there's a whole new section here. So we've got campaign, takes us back. We'll ignore that for this video. Buy and sell. Again, I'll do a separate video dedicated to this, but this is how you acquire cars. Auto show, you just go there, use your credits, buy a car. Auction, you can bid on cars that other people are selling, or you can try and auction your own cars to get credits. There are car passes you can acquire and car packs, where over a period of time, Forza will enable a package of cars that you can then buy in the game, or you may have a voucher for cars. Then you come to the cars section. My cars, that brings us back to this view, exactly the same view. I'll go through that again in a second. Upgrades and tuning, these link to the same places that are on the previous menu. Again, this is where you can buy, using your credits, enhancements to your car, add engine parts, exhausts, add aerodynamics, different tires. You can add those components, and then using the tuning, you can fine tune them to your purposes. Designs and paints does what it says. This is where you can add cool liveries. You can see with many of my cars, I add this kind of semi-gloss racing green with a black wheel and red calipers. That's kind of my identity for all my cars once I've used them. Again, you can play there, you can be creative, you can join the community and start adding more options in there. Car horns we touched on. License plates. You set this up when you start the game, but this is where you can change them. I use my gamer ID Zoltan UK, but you could change it to anything you like. In this version as well, there are some new cool icons that you can add, really quick and simple. Again, I'm not going to go through that now, it's fairly self-explanatory. Barn finds we talked about, treasure cars we talked about. So finally, this section, this is where I probably use the most. And again, it's fairly self-explanatory. I generally keep the detail on, but if for me, I'm on a PC, if you toggle the detail, this is the bit that shows you perhaps the tire the car's on. Is it all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, which is useful to know when you're trying to select a car. There's also this icon now for new cars that you may have acquired but haven't yet driven. I really like that as an addition, especially as I do use my car tracker to check every car that I own and make sure that I've photographed it, which is one of the other collections within the game. Then we have the option to toggle stats. That's this left-hand side where you can see, again, here are the key kind of high-level performance indicators and the rating. You can toggle that again to get more of the detail. So as you're developing your cars or you're looking for a particular car for a particular purpose, this can be really helpful. Finally, there's a price or a value for that car in the bottom left, there's credits. The key bit here for me are these two buttons, filter and sort. Filter, again, I could find duplicates because that's useful if I want to gift drop, give a car to someone. You can filter by performance class. Certain challenges or objectives say you need to have an A-class car, so you can filter all your cars according to that. Some challenges may require, or races require, a certain type of car. So you could have classic muscle, classic rally, and so on. They've started to add these total rally, which means any kind of rally. For example, you've got modern rally, you could add rally monsters, retro rally. They're all part of this kind of total rally group. When you go back, that now has filtered your cars to all the cars that meet that criteria. Sort, just whatever cars you have filtered, it sorts them by these criteria. So we've already filtered performance class, everything is A. But one that I use a lot is country. A lot of the festival playlists will say you need an Italian car of class A. Well, if you sort by country, you can see now this is a car as it's Ford, is it from the United States? MG is from the United Kingdom. Mitsubishi Japan, and so on. So if I needed an A-class total rally from Germany, I have two options here. So this is really easy to use and very powerful as you get into the game. So I know that's a lot of information. I've covered it quite quickly. I will start adding more detailed videos about each of those different sections, but I hope this guide helps. Please add any questions you've got in the comments, and I look forward to sharing more with you. As always, please do like and subscribe. Your support for my channel is really appreciated.